War drums fade. Smoke fills the air. And then, silence. A king stands alone in the middle of a battlefield, surrounded by thousands of bodies. This is Ashoka. He just won the most important war of his life. And within hours, he makes a decision no emperor had ever made before. He walks away from war, not because he was defeated, but because he finally understood what victory really costs. This is the story of the king who conquered everything and then chose to stop. Before the peace, there was ambition. Ashoka was not born a wise ruler. He was feared, known for his sharp mind, his aggressive strategies, and his willingness to do whatever it took to win. He was the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of one of the largest empires in ancient India. And Ashoka didn't just want to inherit that empire, he wanted to expand it. When he rose to power, he began conquering region after region. His armies were disciplined, his tactics were precise, and his ambition had no limit. For Ashoka, power wasn't enough. He wanted dominance. But there was one region that refused to submit. Kalinga, a wealthy, independent coastal kingdom. It wasn't just another territory on the map, it was a symbol. If Ashoka conquered Kalinga, he would control almost the entire Indian subcontinent. But if he failed, his image as an unstoppable ruler would break. So he made a decision. He would destroy Kalinga completely. The war that followed was unlike anything seen before. This wasn't just a battle, it was devastation. Thousands of soldiers charged into chaos. War elephants crashed through lines. Arrows filled the sky. Fire spread across the land. And when it ended, over 100,000 people were dead. Many more were injured. Families were torn apart. Entire communities erased. Ashoka had won, but something felt different. After the battle, Ashoka walked the battlefield, not as a conqueror, but as a witness. Bodies lay everywhere. The wounded cried for help. A mother held her lifeless child. There was no celebration, no glory, no victory, only silence and suffering. And in that moment, Ashoka saw something he had never truly seen before: the cost of his own ambition. He realized this victory was built on destruction, and for the first time in his life, he felt regret. This is where everything changed. Ashoka, the powerful emperor, the fearless conqueror, broke. Not on the battlefield, but within himself. He understood something most rulers never do: that winning a war does not mean you've won anything at all. Sometimes, it means you've lost everything that matters. From that moment forward, Ashoka made a decision. He would never wage another war. Instead of ruling through fear, he chose to rule through dharma, a path of responsibility, ethics, and compassion. He turned toward the teachings of the Buddha, and his empire began to change. He built roads, hospitals, rest houses for travelers. He promoted respect between different religions. He sent messengers, not to conquer lands, but to spread ideas. Ashoka didn't become weaker. He became something far more rare: a ruler who understood restraint. What this really means is, at the peak of power, when he could have taken even more, Ashoka chose to stop. And that decision echoes through history. Because true strength is not always about how much you can conquer. Sometimes it's about knowing when to walk away. And that is why Ashoka is remembered, not just as a conqueror, but as the king who changed.